So in the last class, we were able to complete this page where we have list of vehicle hires. We are able to create this form to add a vehicle hire detail, select the vehicle, the clients, the date out, time it was hired, the destination, date it was returned, time it was returned, and the price and stuff like that. So let's now go to create the page to manage vehicle, because if we go to vehicle data, for now we don't have any vehicle data. So let me show you exactly what the page is going to look like, because I already have this complete application running on port 8081, which I already also provided in part 1. I already gave you the link to all the codes you need. So this is a complete application. Let me just show you how the vehicle data looks like. If I go to vehicles and go to vehicle data, this is what the vehicle data page looks like. It has images of the vehicles, and you'll be able to add, edit, delete, and update. And also this is add new. The details I'm not sure I've coded. We'll talk about that a little later. So in case of the vehicle data, we need a number of things: the vehicle type, the vehicle make, the vehicle model, the current location, and the current status. So a whole lot of things. All right, let's get started right now. If you are joining me for the first time, please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe, then you don't miss an update. Also, if you have challenges, because I'm helping everyone to get through any challenge they have in following my lessons. If you have any challenge at all, please leave me a comment to let me know, and I'm going to help you. So as usual, we are going to do it in the easy way. So we are going to go to the services, or before we go to the services, let's just go into the model to see what vehicle model looks like. So there is the page for the vehicle model, so you can see what it looks like. It's very easy to understand. Now you can take out this, because I've mentioned it before, because it makes it a bit complicated. So we have the vehicle type, vehicle number, the date, the registration date, the acquisition date, description, and all stuff like that. So I recommend you take some time to understand it, but it's quite easy. You already have it because I provided it for you. If you don't get it, please leave me a comment to let me know. I'll go back to part 1 to see how you can get all of them. So let's now go to open the services. Let's create the services at this point. So I'm going to go to services, and I'm going to go to vehicle service. I'm going to use some other service to just create it. So I'm going to copy the content of this state service and place it inside the vehicle service, and I'm going to just rename the object in there. So just click on state and say Control F and rename the state to vehicle. Alright, so I'm going to just replace all, and again I'm going to do the same thing for the lowercase state. You can see there is also a lowercase state here. I'm going to say Control F, and I'm going to change it to vehicle. This time is lowercase. Make notes, take note that you need to check this button that says, this checkbox that says case sensitive, and I'm going to just replace all and close. Okay, so I'm going to save everything, and now I'm done with the vehicle service. Let me now work on the vehicle controller. Again, it's copy and paste. This is quite easy, so don't think it's too difficult. I'm going to open the controllers package, and I'm going to kind of use any of the controllers to create the vehicle controller. So I'm going to use the client controller to create the vehicle controller. Vehicle controller, yeah, you. Okay, good. So I'm going to copy everything from client controller and paste it right inside vehicle controller, and then I'm going to make the same changes I made before in the vehicle service. So the uppercase client, I'm going to do Control F, and then I'm going to change it to vehicle. I'm going to just do replace all, and I'm going to do the same thing for client, this time lowercase, Control F, and then change it to vehicle as well, and I'm going to just replace all, and that is fine. So in a few minutes or even seconds, we build our controller. But now you need to take note of something. let me just go back to the completed page so that let's see what we are going to be taking across. So it's in port 8081. That is where the completed application is running. It's running at port 8081. This is the completed application. You can see this is me because I already implemented Spring Security user details here. I'm going to talk about that a little later. So if I go to vehicle data, you can see that if I go new, we need vehicle type, we need vehicle make, model, current location, we need in charge. This is the driver in charge of this vehicle, okay? And we need the status. So we need a whole lot of things. So I'm not going to keep this page open, but I'll show you how to figure it out. So simply go to the model so that we can check what we need. We go to vehicle model, which is this, and let's now figure out what we need. I'm going to put them right here as a comment. So we need our location. We need what else? We need employee. And we need employee, that is the person in charge. We need vehicle make. We need vehicle status. And we need vehicle type. We also need vehicle model. And of course we need vehicles. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 7 items. So what I'm going to just do at this point is to copy this tree and just paste them again, because to get all these items you need to auto-wire the services into this particular class. So I'm going to take them one by one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So how about taking this one as the first one? So I'm going to copy and just put it in the first place. And that is what we already have: vehicle service, and the second one is what? Is location service, and the third one is employee service. And the fourth one is vehicle make service. I'm going to remove this as redundant. The next one is vehicle make service. Vehicle make service. It's easy to have a typo in this situation like this. And we have vehicle status service. Vehicle status service, and we now need vehicle type and vehicle model. So let's do the remaining two. So we have vehicle type service, and finally we need the model. So we need vehicle model service, alright. So I'm going to save everything. I'm going to do Ctrl+Shift+O on my keyboard so it adds all the namespaces. Alright, so we need to then add them into the model, right? So we have the 7 items, the 7 list of items have to be sent across the model. So I'm going to also do the same thing like this. In this case, we are talking about sending items to the HTML page or to the template to process and display on the page. So we have 7 items. So let's just copy and paste as well. Okay, so at this point I'm going to just do the same way I did one after the other. So this is going to be locations, and this is going to be employees, and this is going to be vehicle makes, and this is going to be vehicle status, and it's gonna be plural everything because you are sending a list of items, and this is going to be vehicle types, and the last one is going to be vehicle models. Okay, so we now, oh, I really hate typing all this every time. So we'll have something like location service dot get locations. All right, so we have location service dot get locations. We should have employee service dot get employees, employee service dot get employees. So you tend not to recognize, so I think it should be find all, maybe employee service dot find all. So let's quickly check, but before we check, let's just do every other one first. So we have vehicle make service dot, so let's just use IntelliSense vehicle make service. Am I missing out something? Okay, so vehicle make service dot find all. Okay, so this is vehicle status service. Vehicle status service. Let's put in the service names first. This is vehicle type service. And finally, we have vehicle model service, So in this case now, we should maybe have a typo somewhere. We have vehicle make service. You can see there's a typo right here. Okay. Okay, so this, I think it should be dot get employees dot find all. Okay, so let's just go check. Oh, we don't have employee yet. Okay, so let's just do it. Employee service dot find all. Okay, I'm going to just comment it out because right now we don't have employee. So I'm going to say dot here get vehicle makes, and in this case it's gonna be dot get vehicle statuses, and in this case it's going to be dot get vehicle types here. Okay, and in this case it's going to be dot get vehicle models, I think. All right. Okay, so this is what we have here, and we are done with the vehicle controller. So let's now go to the HTML page. Now the HTML page is a bit verbose, but I'll recommend you try to understand it. Now if I go back to this is what the HTML page actually looks like. So I already explained it. We have 2 columns, and I already explained to you how to do it. So we are going to close up these 2, employee service dot find all. Give me a second, let me just open employee service to see if we have a find all there. Employee service, this is employee service. We don't have a find all, but I'm simply going to write a So I'm going to say public list employee, public list employee get employees, and we are going to return employee repository dot find all. All right. So and then we are going to create this employee repository as an auto-wired item. So create a field employee repository. Yeah. So it's gonna be employee repository, and it's going to be auto-wired at auto-wired. All right. So we now have find all. That is what we should do. All right. So at this point, I can now go to my vehicle controller and just uncomment this. All right. All right. But now, if it finds anything, actually, is get vehicles. It should be get vehicles. Let's say sorry. What am I doing? So it's going to be get employees. Okay. So get employees on the S here. So the next thing we're gonna do now is to go to the HTML page. Now I'm going to go to the HTML page. Is inside the SRC main resources. Go to template, and I'm going to open the vehicle template. And you can do Control F. Before then, let's change the title to vehicle data management. And I'm going to just do Control F and search for page starts. Page starts. Okay, find. All right, so this is where we are going to write whatever we are going to write, and that is going to be the table that is needed. We are going to put it right in here, in between the page start and page end. I can take out this. So in between here, we are going to put the table, and I recommend what to do is you can open an existing page and scroll down to where we have the table, which is somewhere here. You see the page end and you see the page start, and copy everything in between, and then paste it right here like this. Okay, and then you can change up what you need, what you want. So here we have, instead of client, we need to change it to vehicle. Then you want to select what you want to display on your table. So this I have done, and I'm going to simply copy it from where I already have it and just paste it there. Okay, so for you, I recommend you try to adjust the page by modifying all the attributes, and then you test it. It's only when you have problems you can now go to check the complete file, which you already have. So I'm going to just take out this and replace it with this. So here we have vehicle ID, name, description, acquisition date. This is the things I'm displaying, and we have this is vehicle, and so this is correct. Again, we have the modals. The modals is not different from other modals you already know. All right. So I'm not going to spend time talking about it because I already explained it before now. So I'm going to copy all the modals, and then I'm going to paste it. So in this case here, about the 4 modals: the add modal, the edit modal, the delete modal, and then we also have the details modal. Why do we have error here? Oh, okay, this div tag has to be closed. Okay, perfect. So now the modals, you need to paste it before the last JavaScript, which is here. So I'm going to just paste it, Control V. Now you have the modals right here, and we have I've not talked about this photo modal, right? So this photo modal, I'm going to talk about it, but let me take it out for now. this ID of the confirm delete button, I normally like to change it to confirm delete. So okay, so these are the modals form, and this is what this modal will display, all the modal pop-up and all this. Okay, all right, so we now have to work on the JavaScript file. So simply go to src main resources static and open the JavaScript file, copy existing JavaScript and just use it to create a new JavaScript called vehicle.js. So I'm going to just paste it here and name it vehicle.js. As you can see, I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to open it so that we can now edit it. So this is the items, the properties for clients. You need to change it to the ones for vehicle, and this I have done, and I'm simply going to copy and paste. So since we already have talked about this before, I'm simply going to paste the complete one. So let's see. So these are all the things that have to do with the vehicle. So I'm going to just shift this one a bit. Now I already talked about dates. So you have date here. We have to first extract the date part, which is substring from 0 to 10, before we display. Okay, so I think we are good to go right now. And finally, I'm going to go into the vehicle and go down right here. I'm going to add the script src is equal to js / vehicle.js and close it with /script. And before I continue, I would like to show you something very important that has to do with the image. Okay, for now, let's see how it is. For now, there is no image displayed, because if you look at the completed one, you can see there are image thumbnails here. For now, we don't have that, but no problem. We are going to do that after we've talked about the employees and display the employee page. The employee page is something like this. Also, it has thumbnails. You can see images of employees here and there. So let's talk about the image after we build all our tables. So at this point, I'm going to relaunch this application. I'm going to relaunch it, and let's see that the vehicles page displays, and we can also see the table, the table structure, and the add modal should also work. But we cannot insert because the add modal requires the driver or the employee, and right now we've not worked on the employees page. So let's just make sure it works with the basic output. So I'm going to come here and refresh this page. And now I'm refreshing the page, and we have employee data. Is the employee? No, vehicle management data. When I click on add new, we have everything here. Okay, we have select image. We've not talked about this. We are going to talk about it a little later. But we have a number of things displays: status, location, model, the vehicle make, the vehicle type, and stuff like that. So I hope you get your own working. If you don't get it working, you have some challenges, please let me know in the comment box below, and I'm going to help you. The next thing we are going to be doing in the next part, we are going to now work on employees, and after that it gets interesting because we are going to now work on images, and then we also work on Spring Security, where we talk about username. For instance, if you go to my own, you can see that we have my username here as well as my thumbnail, the avatar here. So I'd like to thank you for viewing. Remember to subscribe and also like this video. Let me know how you feel about it and the recommendations you may have for me to improve on this lesson. And we continue in the next part.